In the sun-drenched hills of ancient Iberia, in a town that would one day be part of Spain, lived a young boy named Marco. Unlike other children who chased lizards under the hot sun, Marco was thoughtful. He loved to watch the world, from the slow, steady march of ants to the way clouds drifted across the blue sky. One bright morning, Marco's grandfather asked him to deliver a special package of dried herbs to his aunt, who lived in the next village. It was a long journey, over a winding mountain path. "The journey is far," his grandfather said, handing him a small pouch of coins. "But you are a smart boy. Be prepared." Marco packed a small satchel. He put in some bread, a water skin, and the precious herbs. He felt a flutter of excitement. This was his first big journey alone. His trusty donkey, Pepe, waited patiently, his ears twitching. Hee-haw, Pepe brayed softly, as if to say, "I'm ready when you are." As they set off, the cobbled streets of the town gave way to a dusty trail. Clip-clop, clip-clop, went Pepe's hooves on the stony ground. A little sparrow with a cheerful chirp flew alongside them for a while. Flap, 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 went its tiny wings, before it darted off towards an olive grove. The sun climbed higher, and the air grew warm. Marco found a shady spot under an old cork tree to rest. As he took a sip of water, he saw another traveler, a girl named Lucia, sitting by the path. She looked tired and thirsty. "Hello," Marco said kindly. "Would you like some water?" Lucia's face lit up. "Oh, thank you. I was in such a hurry to leave this morning. I forgot to fill my water skin." Marco smiled. He remembered his grandfather's words, "Be prepared." He shared his water and a piece of bread with her. Lucia was also traveling to the next village to visit her grandmother. They decided to journey together. As they walked, Marco noticed the path was becoming harder to see. It was overgrown with thorny bushes. "Oh no," Lucia sighed. "How will we get through this?" Marco didn't panic. He remembered watching the gardeners in his village clearing paths. He found a sturdy, flat stone. Carefully, he began to push back the thorny branches, creating a small, safe walkway. It was slow work, and his hands got a few scratches, but soon they had cleared a path wide enough for them and Pepe to pass through. Hum. Marco hummed a little tune as he worked, just like the gardeners did. Lucia watched in amazement. "How did you know what to do, Marco?" "I just watched and learned," he replied simply. "My grandfather says you should always be ready for what the road might bring." Further along, they reached a shallow but wide stream. The stepping stones were wobbly and slick with moss. Lucia hesitated, afraid she might slip. Marco looked around. He saw a long fallen branch nearby. It wasn't thick, but it was strong enough. He carefully laid the branch across the narrowest part of the stream, wedging it between two large rocks to make it steady. "Here," he said, holding out his hand to Lucia. "We can use this as a handrail." Holding on to the branch, they crossed the stream safely, one careful step at a time. Pepe, being a clever donkey, found a spot where the water was very shallow and splashed across with a happy he-haw. Lucia laughed. "Marco, you're amazing. It's like you have all the luck." Marco thought for a moment as they continued their walk. "My grandfather told me about a wise man named Seneca," he said. "Seneca said that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. I don't think it was just luck. I was just prepared. I brought extra water. I remembered how the gardeners cleared paths, and I looked for a way to make the crossing safer." Lucia nodded, understanding. It wasn't magic. It was thinking ahead. As the sun began to set, casting long golden shadows, they saw the lights of the next village twinkling in the valley below. They had made it. Marco delivered the herbs to his aunt, who gave him a big hug and a sweet honey cake for the journey home. On his way back the next day, the path seemed much easier. He knew where the thorny patch was and where to cross the stream. He felt confident and proud. He hadn't been lucky. He had been ready. He had worked hard and thought carefully, and that had made all the difference. When he arrived home, his grandfather was waiting. "How was your journey, my boy?" "It was an adventure," Marco said, his eyes shining. "And I learned something important. Good fortune isn't something you wait for. It's something you make for yourself, by being prepared." His grandfather smiled, his eyes full of pride. "You have learned the lesson well, Marco. Very well indeed." From that day on, Marco always remembered his journey. He learned that by working hard, paying attention, and being patient, he could create his own good fortune. Luck wasn't a mystery. It was the reward for being ready when opportunity came knocking. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey with Marco. We hope his story inspires you too. Always be prepared for your own adventures. If you enjoyed this tale, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories that make you think. We'll see you next time.